So here with Tim after today's win over Yate. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, pleasing in the end. I thought we started dreadfully, just nowhere near the game for the first probably 5-10 minutes, even the first 20 minutes we weren't great. We grew into it eventually. I think we got a bit of a spark from Ajani, to be fair to him, after coming in. And then, like I say, we grew into it. A fantastic equaliser that drove us on again, gave us the belief, and never really looked back there. So we've got to start games better at the moment, we know that, but great reaction.
So if we go back to the style of game, we made 2 changes with Josh and Ajani coming in.
Yeah, Josh McCoy, obviously, we've got to manage him. He's played a lot of minutes, a lot of games. He's been absolutely fantastic, but it just gave us a chance with Shuey coming back to bring him back in and give Josh that little bit of a rest and keep him fresh as well with such a small squad. And then Ajani, I thought, was excellent Saturday when he came on, fully deserved start. Absolutely gutted for him that he's come off with a slight, I don't know if it's tightness in his hamstring or a slight strain, which hopefully nothing too serious. But yeah, so he fully deserved his start as well.
And as you say, it was a bit of a poor start, and then they took the lead.
Yeah, just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I just don't think we were getting near them. We were a bit disorganised. Almost started in our shells a little bit, and just no one really taking enough responsibility. Didn't react quickly enough to their change of shape from Saturday, but yeah, like I say, I thought once we settled down into it, it was a lot better.
And then Lou scored the equaliser, and he told me that's the first free kick he'd scored in a game.
Oh, is it?
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, he was taking them in training, and he's a bit special at them. He almost looked a bit surprised when I shouted on that he had to take it, but it's just belief, and he should have belief coursing through his veins. That should all these lads at the moment. The way they've started this season, and what a free kick! What a free kick! There's no way you're going to stop that. It was a big wall. It was hard to get it up and over, and it was perfect.
And then the second goal with Fletch chasing it down on the byline, and then there was Lewis using his pace.
Yeah, something I was kind of on at the boys about a little bit in terms of when we were clearing it, going a little bit longer, and kept just putting it on their heads, and if we could actually turn them a little bit, it might make a difference, which Cam did. Fletch, absolutely fantastic desire to get there, and then the composure to deliver a ball that you just put Speedy Gonzalez running towards it with Lewis. Really, really pleasing goal. It's simplified. It's an easier build up than being complicated, but the desire and the quality of that was phenomenal.
And then Fletch went off at half time. Is he all okay?
Yeah, ref was desperate to send him off, I think, in the end. I think he had a bit of a rush of blood after the second goal as well, and when the referee's giving a foul against him when he's not even got near the lad who's obviously tried to buy a second yellow for Fletch. It just wasn't worth taking that risk. We said at half time, we could play it for another 10-15, but then he's playing within himself because he knows he's probably one foul away. And we got Joe Smith chomping at the bit. It's not exactly a bad replacement, is it? So gave us a chance to give him some good minutes today as well, and just was a common sense change, more than anything.
And then the amount of chances that we created in the second half and weren't tucking away, were you getting a little bit worried and frustrated?
Yeah, absolutely. My shoulders and my traps were getting tighter with each one we missed. I mean, I had such a headache by the end, but just chances we normally put away. To be fair, Joe Smith's normally deadly in those kind of chances. Max, I thought Max was brilliant when he came on. I thought his feet were ridiculous, and really pleasing after, especially for those two after their reaction after Saturday, where I didn't think they were brilliant when they came on, which they knew. I thought today they were both excellent, but could have made it a lot easier for me. I think the boys at the back were losing their heads a bit, just needing that kind of 2-goal cushion. But again, I thought defensively, second half we were really solid, and Cam didn't have a lot to do, but it was pleasing to see how many chances we created.
And then Cam Munn gets his first of the season as well.
Deserved it, works his absolute socks off again. He's back on the edge of our box tackling someone, and then he's trying to run in behind the other end, and that's what he does. He must be so hard to play against because he just doesn't stop, but he does get in good areas. It's not like he runs around just for the sake of it. And fully deserved, it was a really good ball in the box, which is fallen down, and I said actually at half time that with especially sort of set pieces into the box, we weren't reacting to that second ball. Cam's done it brilliantly, and to be fair, he's controlled the finish well. It's coming at him, bobbing in a bit. Our keeper's a bit unsighted, but that was nice to see that go.
And then Joe Smith does finally score his goal.
Yeah, you know, I thought he's a bull, isn't he? Just you get him on the right side of a defender, and it's really hard to recover him past him because he's such a strong boy and he's powerful. And yeah, I thought his first chance he had, probably his second chance, sorry, his decision making wasn't quite right. This was perfect. You know, he just waited and waited, and then didn't have to smash it. He likes a good smashed finish, but yeah, just guided it into the net, and again, fully deserved for him.
So all in all, a good night's work and a good crowd too of 522.
Yeah, fair play. You know, a lot going on tonight with England, and obviously a local derby down the road. So it's great to see them turn up. I thought they were in great voice as well. Actually, a lot of noise, which was nice as well because we do need that at home especially. And yeah, you know, like you say, it's job done. At home, we want to be as dominant as possible, and coming away with a 4-1 win. You know, they're a decent side. I thought Zabrowski up front, who I've played with, was a handful for our boys. They know they've been in a battle, so to come away with the resounding victory is very pleasing.
And finally, your thoughts ahead of Saturday away at Dorchester?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I know they haven't started the season as well as probably they would have liked, but it's going to be a tough place to go. We know that. They were obviously invested heavily over close seasons, so we need to make sure that we recover as well as possible again. And go there knowing that, you know, we're going to have to put in a perfect performance again. And but again, we hold no fear. You know, we've been to places this year already where we've got good results and probably played well. So yeah, we'll be up for it and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Tim, as ever, thanks for talking to us.